Hi, this is Kelly from paperbeadrollers.com. And if you're a beginning paper beader, you may struggle a little bit with how tight to hold the handle of your bead roller and the tension on your strip. It's very common for new paper beaders to have it too loose or so tight that they can't pull the bead off of the pin. So we're going to talk today about exactly how much tension you should put on your paper bead and how you can use that tension as a tool to make your bead shape better. Let's get started. Tension is the act of stretching or straining, or the state of being stretched or strained. And so when you pull on that handle and on the strip of paper, you're putting tension to it. Tension is a tool, okay? How tight you hold your bead roller helps you to control the way the bead turns out in the end. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the slot. Now, a lot of beginner bead rollers will think that they have to hold this super tight, and I'm putting so much tension on this, my hands are practically shaking. And I've had people do that, and then when they get done with their bead, they can't even push it off the bar because it's so tight. You do not need to do that. The other thing that happens is I'll have beginning bead rollers who hold it too loose, and see how there's sort of like a gap? If you hold it too loose, you can't control where the paper rolls at, and you also get big gaps in between, and the bead isn't tight and hard. It won't be as hard of a bead. So you have to figure out a tension that is the perfect middle ground, where it is tight enough that you can control exactly where the layers are going to roll, but not so tight that you're hurting your hand or you can't get the bead off of the pin. So here, for example, if you have just the right tension, you should be able to do this. You should be able to center things perfectly. And then let's say I'm going to decide to just angle this bead a little bit. See how there on the right side of the bead, I'm getting a nice little gap, and I'm layering to the side. And then if I want to make this bigger, I have just the right tension. I can make a larger gap. Then I can go back to a smaller gap. And then I can even get to where I'm back to layering this with the left edge even, which will give me a slight curve to the end of the bead. So your tension is a tool that you use to help shape your beads. That's one of the reasons a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to get an automated roller. You know, there are a couple out there. And there's also a rolling machine with a big ball on the end. The problem with those things is that you lose the ability to control the tension and use the tension as a tool to roll your beads. So those are good. Some people absolutely love them, but for me, they're frustrating because then I can't use tension to help me shape things. There's a little bit of a loose piece there. So here we go. Now I have a beautiful little cone bead. Almost looks like a top. With some special profile there. So that's how you use the tension on your paper as a tool. But again, like I said, if your hands are hurting after the first couple of beads or after doing this for even 20 minutes, you're holding it too tight. The other thing is if you have any problems with your hand, like you have arthritis or pain in your hand, you might want to consider trying the larger handle bead roller. Now, I haven't tested this. I can't make any claims that this is going to fix anything for you. But I do have arthritis in my hand, and I've had some customers test these out for me to see if it would help, and I've had really good feedback on it. So this is the same pin, same size pin. It's blue. They're both the blue pin. You can see they're the same, but the handle is quite a bit larger. And it's a little shorter too, which helps. So if I'm going to go ahead and roll this, it's exactly the same, but having the larger handle just gives you a little bit more ability to grip. And so again, maybe easier for you to put tension on it when you have a larger surface to grip here. But it's really the exact same process. You can do the exact same things. It's just that you have a larger handle to deal with. Some people are not going to like a larger handle. Some people are going to love the larger handle. You know, it's one of those personal preference things. Just like, do you roll towards you or do you roll away from you? We've had those conversations before in my Paper Bead Fanatics group. I will do both, but I tend to like rolling like this because I feel like I can see better where my paper is going to land, but there are occasions when I turn it over and I'm rolling, backwards this way. So, for me, it depends. Some people always roll one way or the other. Personal preference. There's not one way that's better than the others. And that's part of the art of this craft, is using the tension to create awesome shapes. So that is the lesson on tension and how you use tension to create a better and more creative paper bead. Hope that helped. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like, and hopefully I will see you over in our Facebook group, Paper Bead Fanatics. Happy rolling!